You guys don't want it with You guys don't want it with Check me out. Brooklyn's bad boy back again. Feet hit the ground, running in my backs to the wind. Angels on my shoulders, head in the clouds. No, I'm not rapping, I'm just thinking real loud. My karma's my armor, my charm and weird is like a leather bomb. I'm warm as shit, and I did bad for good. But when you trapped in the hood, you do worse for less. Homie, Earth's a test. Only God can judge me. My heart ain't ugly, but the thoughts that are top is. You guys don't want it with You guys don't want it with Check me out. Brooklyn's bad boy back again. Feet hit the ground, running in my backs to the wind. Angels on my shoulders, head in the clouds. No, I'm not rapping, I'm just thinking real loud. My karma's my armor, my charm and weird is like a leather bomb. I'm warm as shit, and I did bad for good. But when you trapped in the hood, you do worse for less. Homie, Earth's a test. Only God can judge me. My heart ain't ugly, but the thoughts that are top is.
With today's technological advances and fast-paced life, BMS is your trusted next-generation IT solutions provider that keeps you ahead of the competition. From humble beginnings, BMS Company is now one of the fastest-growing software engineering service providers, with international presence and golden reputation for excellence. The BMS Company is your one-stop global destination for web development, mobile application development, digital marketing, SEO, Facebook and Google advertising, social media management, business consulting, printing services, and many more. BMS is trusted to provide timely, cost-effective solutions. At BMS, we believe in providing guaranteed results, irrespective of a project's complexity. No stories, no excuses. And core to all of our operation is that we practice what we preach, and we deliver what we promise. We're proud of our dream team of solution-driven enthusiasts, comprising of industry experts in various fields, including blockchain, IoT, and AI. Our unique makeup and cooperate synergy enables BMS to add heart to technology, while delivering our trademark exceptional results for our esteemed customers. Get free 3 months of hosting and 30 days SEO when you partner with us today. Call us now on 469-992.
Enterprises, the home of Malira Green, your confidence coach. She is a licensed clinical social worker who serves as a therapist, clinical supervisor, master healer, and transformative speaker. Malira is fiercely committed to guiding individuals to become unstuck and motivated to confidently reach their goals while owning their God-given gifts. She serves as the bridge between your caterpillar and butterfly moment. If you are ready to transform, check out www.maliratransforms.com, for she is ready to transform with you.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. I'm the CEO and founder of Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcasting live once again from the DFW. That's Dallas Fort Worth. For those who don't know, very excited to be back here again. Very excited. Got a very interesting topic. I hope everybody hear me loud and clear. I got the panel here with me tonight.
So,
You hear me loud and clear?
yes, sir.
Cool. Like I said, we're talking about relationships tonight. It's something that came up a couple weeks ago with my coworker. She's with me tonight here on the podcast, and I thank her for hanging out with us. We'll talk about relationships, the whole thing about the whole body count, insecurities, all that stuff that people deal with on a regular basis. We're going to talk about all that good stuff. So I'm very excited. So I want my guest to introduce herself to the audience. We are live streaming, of course, on Facebook Live, Twitter, and of course, YouTube as well. So Sepovia, welcome. Your mic is muted. Unmute your mic. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. You see. Nicole, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So Sepovia, I can't hear you. I see your mouth move, but I can't hear you. I can see your mouth move, but I can't hear. But you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
I can see your mouth moving, but I can't hear. See if your mic is muted. I think your mic might be muted. Hold on. Try it again. Hold up, my bad. Hold up. All right, say something now. I can hear you, but you're not saying anything. I can see you can see a mouth moving, right?
Yeah, I see her mouth moving.
All right, she might have to time back in until she
Oh,
back
okay.
here for us. But the corn, how you been going, man? How your week been so far?
I'm all right, man. I had a few good successes, that happened that I'm real proud of myself, for, keeping a change going for myself and not just being complacent, just growing up and becoming this new person.
Right. And that's the most important thing, becoming a new person, evolving, We're supposed to evolve all the time. Some people stop evolving at a certain stage, but we should always want to evolve at all times and reach higher heights and higher levels and not just be the victim, but be the victor, have total victory in every area of our lives. Growing up as children, we had these imaginations. We had wild imagination. We had the imagination that reached the impossible. It was nothing too hard for our imagination, but along the way growing up, we came across people who downplayed our dreams, our goals, and we went through that all through life to get to the point we at now and to really break it. And that's what it's all about. But we want to evolve. We want to grow. We want to become a better, as they say, better version of ourselves. So we want to do that. So let's see. We want to see about one more time. So go ahead and say something. Can you still hear you? Can you say something?
Okay, yes. Can
There
you
you
hear
go.
me
There you
now?
go. Awesome. Of course, the title of the show is called One of a Kind, and I do have a one of a kind individual on here, a very outgoing, great personality, young woman here. She's very mature for her age, really very mature for her age. She's all about her business. She came to me about a conversation. That's why we're on here tonight to talk about relationships. There's something that's been very hot, somewhat touchy, somewhat offensive, but what do we understand about relationship? Boy meets girl, girls meet boy, boy meets fall in love with girl, girl fall in love with boy. They break up, and she went from being all this in the bag of chips to she just a BTICH and she's a hoe and all this other stuff. But how we understand relationships, how we understand what the purpose of being together. Or it's just more than just, oh, you look good or she looks good. But what's the purpose of being together? What's the purpose of us coming together as one, as a unit? You know what I'm saying? It's just like insecurity plays a role. And it mostly like a lot of dudes nowadays have some insecurities about themselves. So probably go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience for this me for the very first time here on Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on here. My name is Lani Sepulveda. I'm 19 years old. I'm very young. But, I think personally, I believe that anybody can be matured because it's the things that make you who you are, things that you go through. Um, and today we're going to talk about relationships. I've had my fair share, so I should know. And hopefully, I can give you guys the best advice that I could say.
And you know what? And that's what's up. And because like I said, for you to be 19, you're very mature for your age. When I first met you, I thought you was in your 20s. That's what I thought. Because how you carry yourself. You know, you have some 19-year-olds who still trying to find themselves. It don't matter what age you're, like you mentioned, but it just knowing, okay, where you want to go, where you're heading, and what you want out of life. Because like I said, you're still young and you got a whole life ahead of you. But to be able to master that point of your life. And like I said, we're talking about relationships. Some pretty serious stuff. So we're gonna jump off into this. The thing you hear about the body count.
Mm.
We heard this before too, where some guys don't want to talk to a girl unless she has a high body count. You can't hold nobody till they pass. If she did have a high body count, it don't matter. It's all about what she's doing now. And of course, this conversation came up where some guys said they wouldn't even talk to a girl. If I knew she had a high body count, I wouldn't even talk to her. So it's like, why would you want to talk to her? Because you worry about what somebody gonna think, you worry about what somebody gonna say, and that what goes on. It goes on with insecurities. A lot of guys, some not say all guys, but some guys have some insecurity about themselves. Like if she be the best thing that ever happened to them, add to them everything, but they don't want to deal with her. She has a high body count. What do y'all say about that?
Well, I'll let the guests go first.
Okay. Well, personally, you're right. I agree. You can't hold nobody to their past, and unfortunately, I feel like that is a really negative view on how men see females, and vice versa, because females could also say the same about males. A lot of females say, "Oh no, if he got too high of a body count, that's too much for me." And I can't understand that, but at the same time, they could be the best thing. You're right, best thing that has ever happened to you, and unfortunately, that is the bad view that this society has now.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. And I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's insecurities. People now are worried about what other people think. That's the problem. Soon,
Hmm.
and what it is, soon somebody may see them together. And it be a lot of time, you know what it be? A lot of time it be they so-called homeboys be telling them this stuff. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That homeboy, man, back in the day, man, that girl used to be a hoe back in the day, man. I wouldn't talk to her if I was you, man. But be the main one when they sit and want to fuck her. I'm just gonna be honest with you. The main one that I was talking about, these girls got high body counts. Be the main one go behind y'all back. Y'all don't know they doing it tonight, but they be the main one want to sleep with them. But they'll get in front of
Hmm.
everybody. Well, I want to deal with her. You lying. Just be upfront. You want to smash. You be the main one in her inbox. Want to smash. Don't care how you comment on her pictures. Damn, baby, you hot. Damn, baby, you sexy. But then when you get out in public, you want to, man, I want to deal with her, man. She got a high body count. A lot of that stuff comes from insecurities. And of course, everybody has a past, true enough. But people do change. People can change. People do want to change. Now, what she did in her past, I don't care what she did in her past. Because before, you're not going to be the virgin. I'm telling you now, you're not going to be the virgin. You're not going to meet somebody that's going to bleed on the first night y'all have sex. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. So, I'm going to say this. So, any girl that you encounter, you sleep with her for the first time, and she don't bleed, you just going to up and leave her? Because why? Because she already been touched.
Right.
Yeah.
I just think it is a touchy situation. I say it's just a double-edged sword because it's like you should take people for who they are, especially if you see change. Because I don't believe you should just take anybody who's at least not changing for the better, because then that brings you down too. And if it can help you and it will help your situation, I think should, seek into it and go further. And then on the other hand, depending on who you are and your reputation and what you defending, because you got to bring certain people around certain people, maybe your colleagues, business owners, and maybe you do have, you have to have, something that looks good. But that's just again the double-edged sword, because it's going to be one where you can, yes, let's just respect and take you as you are, and then there's others that's like, hey, it wouldn't be a good look for me, and they may have an actual legit reason. But
Yeah.
I'm
that's
asking
just my
this.
opinion.
I'm asking this when they say it may not be a good look for them. They say this happened 10 years ago. Just because somebody may know her from the neighborhood, that should give you the right to let that what they say turn you away from that. First of all, you a man, you the leader. People gonna come with their opinions. True enough.
It's true.
So if everybody come with an opinion about somebody, you just don't up and leave because you want to impress people. First of all, we try to impress people who don't give a damn about us anyway. That's the first thing we mess up on. Instead of learning how to impress ourselves and be ourselves, and don't get what nobody think about you, because at the end of the day, they're not paying your bills, they're not providing for you. So you be whoever you want to be with. That's your decision. At the end of the day, it's your decision. That's why I look at it. Because we don't know. I don't know her past. She don't know my past. We don't know it. I don't know her like that. But do they give me the right to? You don't. I mean, at the end of the day, you really don't have to be with her. And that's what they fail to. They fail to realize they do not have to be with these individuals. But I'm gonna tell you this: they contradict. They said they're hypocrites too. I'm gonna tell you that. The main ones who somebody they want to deal with, that you got a high body count. I'm telling you, be all in their inbox, all trying to get some pussy. I'm just telling you, just being real with you. They always doing it, but they gonna get in front of everybody else and try to say, "Man, I want to deal with her," but be the main one. Hey, baby, you sexy, baby. Yo, baby, it's me and you against the world. I don't care. I want some of that. What you doing? Be the main one doing.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think most of the guys that always say something about a female, they be like, "Oh, her body count too high," when he one of her bodies. He's one of the people that have been with her.
So what they want to do, they want to be number 301. They want, they look at that because they look, oh man, but I'm telling you, they look at that because he's the accent. They want to be 301 anyway. Be Mr. 301. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be with it. And I'm going to tell you something else too. Some of these guys don't know how to talk to women. They really don't. They don't know how to conversate with them. They say stupid stuff. They think it's all about between their legs. It's not about a woman's. It's not about getting between a woman's legs. It's really not. They make it about sex. If you meet a nice individual, I'm just saying, you shouldn't make it about sex. Women are already gonna know. Okay, he just want to hit anyway. He just want to stick with me. But you have to show them something different. You don't manipulate. And then what they also do, they are manipulating these women. They know they want to have sex, but they want to take them out to dinner. They want to do all this stuff, and then soon they don't get the sex. They want to what? Kick her to the curb. She this, she that, she all that. You know, instead of just being up and straight up and honest, say, "Hey, I just want to have sex."
Yeah.
And then if a woman's not attracted to you, she's just not attracted to you. You're not gonna get every woman. That's another thing I want to talk about too. Some guys get offended because a woman tells them no. Okay, if she's not attracted to you, she's just not attracted to you. Just move on. She has that God-given right. You can't make nobody be with you that want to be with you. I'm sorry. You can have all the money. You can do anything. Matter of fact, you may be the best. You may look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But if she does not want you, she just don't want you. So I want y'all to
I always say, it depends on what your style of woman is or person you're looking for. Because you can't be out of season with your selection. If you know you the type, hey, I want, somebody home, it can have their time out, but you prefer a homebody, you shouldn't be going to a club looking for that. I agree with that. Just pick your type, so I just feel like that's the main thing. We get confused with the type because we want love, and maybe they looking in the wrong place. But, that'll save a lot. Just know what you actually want out of somebody, and you got to read them on the offset too. If you see they not immediately, coming with the characteristics that you at least want, then don't even bother to don't disturb their peace, because maybe they didn't need you around.
Yeah, and they come from experience. I'm gonna read something too. Big shout out to Coach Shay. She said I had heard that men should have at least 30 to 50 experiences before they can really settle down. What do you think about that? I'm gonna start with my kids. What you want to say? What you say about that?
Mm. I think that when you meet somebody that you just got a connection with, and y'all, it's perfect. Everything is perfect. Everything is on your list.
Right.
And maybe they didn't have, maybe they don't have no past. Maybe they haven't been with nobody.
True.
You don't need a past to make you, you know, to know what you like, because you're gonna know what you like either way.
I agree. I agree. I mean, I agree because everybody does not sleep around. They really don't. Everybody don't sleep around.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have multiple sexual partners. But the moral of the story, we want to talk about conversation. When you meet somebody, nowadays we know we used to talk about a lot of stuff, but now people are talking more about a lot of things now when it comes to opening up. Because when you with somebody, you gotta ask them. You gotta ask these serious questions. Do you want to get married? Do you want to have children? Do you don't want to have children? You don't want to get married? These are things we have to ask all the time when you meet somebody. Because you may not be on the same level. That's how a lot of people end up getting these breakups. They will get divorces because they never sat down to talk about these things before they enter into a relationship. Because we don't want to waste each other's time. I don't want you to waste my time, and I don't want to waste your time. So that's where we have to be honest. Honesty plays a role in anything we do. Be honest. What can they do to you? They can say yay or nay, but just be honest. And what it is, people don't want to be honest. We put on this fake image. We put on this facade. We all have done that. We put on this fake image. We put on these masks, and we just be fake, and we don't be real. And it's not fair to the other person.
Yeah,
It's not fair to
I
any.
agree. I think that that's one of the biggest problems is when all of a sudden you got this facade, and now you mad because that other person playing you too. No, you can't be mad that you know, you acting this type of way and now that person acting that type of way. So communication definitely is a big thing in relationships. And a lot of people say, oh, communication is key, but they don't communicate. So you got the right understanding, you just not applying it into your life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is because you got to communicate. And we have to be. And what it is too, we have not learned to communicate with ourselves first. That makes sense what I'm saying. We have to learn how to communicate with ourselves first. If I can learn how to communicate with myself first, then the transitioning of communicating with you will be easy for me. But if I'm not being honest with myself, I can't be honest with you.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
it's
Yeah.
intention too.
go ahead, D. What you say?
I was saying it's intention too, and maybe let's just say, hey, they do just want sex for the night. I mean, I don't know how to downright say that to somebody, but it's the intention. Like if you know you want to get married, you shouldn't be playing around with them. You want to get married at some point, you got to start with that off the gate. Now the other side, I don't know how they play that game, because I'm married, so I don't. But maybe that's why it's really no way to say, "Hey, can I just come sleep with you?" And there's people on both ends that actually can agree to that and just be like, "Hey, that is all I want." But it's how you say that.
And if it is, it is, you have to pay for it because she gonna say you gonna pay me for it. But they don't say where they get that from. They get that junk off the pornos, man, the pornographic video. That's what they get that off from. They watch the pornos and think it's that simple to talk to a woman, come to the house, hey, I just want to sleep with you. And she going to say, okay, it don't work like that. Unless she a prostitute, you gonna pay her for it. But nah, they get the game twisted, and you shouldn't want to do all that. If you want to be with somebody, be with them because that's who you want to be with. Don't manipulate them, don't play them, because man, karma will come back on you. Karma is
Mm.
real. So be mindful, man, who you dealing with, because people mental state, man, ain't all there too. I don't want to say on mental, but you gotta realize you can't play everybody because some people, man, will kill you. I'm just here. I'm just saying.
I
So you have,
heard I heard this. I don't know. I don't remember where I heard it from. It was like on a reel or some on Instagram, but it was very like factual. I really agreed with it. It said that you should never tell that person who you're talking to what you're looking for because they gonna if you tell them like, oh, this type of person I'm looking for, then they're gonna start acting like the person you're looking for. And
right.
then a few months down the line, now all of a sudden they showing their true character, and it's like, huh? Because now they played you. Now, now you're looking like this not the type of person that I thought you were. But I think it's just a way of telling that person, these are my goals, not necessarily telling them what you're looking for because they will end up being what acting that way and
Yeah,
then
and
changing
it
up
will.
down the
So
line.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's interesting. So, in other words, the person should just be themselves. Don't tell what you're looking for. You want them to be themselves. That's good. I like that.
Right.
You're right because some people would take on something not really not, and it's not fair to the individual. Because I think I heard this before too. Um, a person was dealing with a person, then find out this person was doing it, and the person asked him, "Why you ain't tell me this stuff in the beginning?" This person told him, "I didn't want to lose you."
Mm,
But so I totally agree with what you said on that. So be yourself. Don't be trying to be something you're not. And a lot of people do that too. Men and women, they'll try to do all this stuff. You're trying to get the person, but if the person not into you, they're just not into you. They're not. If they're not attracted to you, they're not attracted to you. And I'm talking. And I know with y'all ladies, I know with y'all ladies compared to the guys, y'all deal with a lot with me. I tell the guy no. Y'all can tell the guy no. For some reason, you get all mad, upset, butt hurt. Have you ever experienced that before? As you being a young woman, you told a guy, "I'm not interested." Did they feel some type of way behind that? Did they just like, why is that?
now all of a sudden I'm a hoe. Like, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know why. I think they just get butthurt. They just get butthurt about it, and all of a sudden you become a bitch and all these other words. But that just has to go with insecurity. They're just insecure.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, whether you be with me or not, I'm still gonna be good. Because that's what it is. They do not believe in themselves. They don't have no confidence in themselves, and they gotta realize. And if guys are listening, guys realize you're not gonna get every woman. Every woman's gonna shut. Someone's gonna turn you down, and that's okay. She has that choice. She has that right to do that. Just like with guys, you don't have to be with every woman you see. Some women you're not attracted to. There's some women I'm not attracted to. That's okay. And be real and be comfortable with that. So it's okay. So fellas, if she say I'm not interested in you, it's okay. She has that God given right to do that. Don't get mad and want to call her a bitch and she did she that. She has that right. If she's not into you, she's not into you. It's that simple. So I got another question in the comment section. This is some good stuff. How do you feel? How do you guys feel about older, younger relationships, like 10+ years age differences?
Yep, that's a good one. To be honest, um, it's good, especially if it's a lot of wisdom in it. Especially if someone is really put together. You do avoid a lot of inexperience that can happen when you're younger or dealing with somebody younger. Um, I think it's a beautiful thing if you can make it work. Because I also know sometimes the older you are, the more you are stuck in your ways to certain things and can't become new to certain things that a younger person is coming with. So, but I mean, if you can make it work, I'll just say it's a beautiful thing.
Okay. What you say about this, Bobby?
Um, I think that is fine. I think that, like I said, the age shouldn't really matter because sometimes you don't know, you know, 10 plus years is a lot of years in between. But I think that, like you said, it's a beautiful thing because at the end of the day, that other person can show the younger person, you know, some knowledge in life, and you can learn from that person and grow with that person as well.
Right. And
Um, I definitely think it's just, it would be, the biggest thing would be the communication part in that.
yeah, and and it what it is because back in school, growing up in school, you always noticed that the girls in school they didn't date the boys in the same grade. Some of them didn't. If they was freshmen, they dated with the sophomores. If they was a sophomore, they dated the junior. If they was a senior, they dated a college guy because women want stability. So that's why some women will get with somebody older for stability because they know what they want. They're not in and out. So that's what they prefer. Um, I'm like I said, I'm 40. So it's like if I meet somebody around my age, I don't have any children. So around my age, if they're not gonna have any children, majority not gonna have children around my age. So I'll have to get with someone younger than me in order to have a family. Or if I get around my age range, if they don't want to have no children, then I have to be around my age range. That makes sense. So it's like it's that choice thing you have to deal with. But the communication is important. If you're willing to deal with someone older, younger, it don't matter. But you have to be on the same page. You have to understand each other, and that's it. So I'll just look at the stability part because just like guys, some guys they older women because they don't want to date girls around that age because they feel like girls around that age play too much. So they prefer to get with someone older than them because she done her thing, she stable, settled. So they just want to deal with that. So it's what you make out of it. Because back in the day, our grandparents was older, the grandfather older than the grandmother back in the day.
Right.
So I mean, it can't work. You just take two people. I just say this. It takes two little people to make a thing work. So that's how I look at it. So we got now. It says, we got what we got. What we got? Okay, what's the oldest age that you would date or have dated? Asking the panel. So I'm sorry. What it said? What age have you dated before you got married? What was the age that you dated? Lavon?
Um, before marriage, I was always the oldest, and before my wife,
Okay.
yeah, but
Okay.
10 plus.
Okay. So what you say about that? Because there was a question that Shay asked in the panel. What's the oldest age that you would date or have dated?
The oldest age that I have dated was 25.
Hmm.
And I would not go higher than that.
Okay.
Um, at the time, yeah, I wouldn't have gone higher than that. But I definitely learned a lot from that person. Um, I think that when we both sat down and had actually talked about goals and stuff, we realized maybe we weren't what we was both looking for at the
Okay.
time. But um, talking to that person, yeah, I learned a lot from that person.
Let me ask you that you brought up goals to you personally. You know what I'm saying? It's just being you being real. You knowing what you want, what you stand for, and that's what I like. How important are goals to you when it comes to a relationship?
Goals are very important to me. I think that, you know, I have my values just like everybody has their own personal values. I would never put my values. I think a lot of people, oh, this is gonna be a touchy one, but religion. A lot of people, like the female, sometimes she's Christian and she wants the male to be Christian. You can't put your values on nobody. All you could do is maybe lead them and be like, hey, would you like to come to church with me? But you can't force nobody to do that. And sometimes a lot of females get mad because now all of a sudden the male don't want to go to church with them. And you can't do that because again, you got to know what you're looking for. If you're looking for somebody that is in that religion, so you better find somebody at church. why are you looking on the outside?
Yeah, and I agree with you saying. And these kind of conversations we need to have before we enter into any type of relationship. That's why you tell guys. Tell guys, and I learned this myself. When you're taking a woman out, you take out for something to drink. We can sit down, we can talk about life. Just talk. We don't want to have dinner. They just sit down and talk. If we really want to see where this thing goes, let's sit down and have a conversation. You mentioned something about religion. That's important. You got to ask somebody about their religious belief. Do they believe? Are they atheists? You got to ask us. You got this kind of stuff. You got to ask this kind of stuff. Education. You know what I'm saying? Marriage. Do you want to be married? Because some people don't want to be married. That's another thing too. And that's another thing too. If a person tell you that they don't want to be married, if a person tell you they don't want to have any children, but at the end of the day, you want to be married. You want to have children, but you're compromised. Just be with this individual. But then at the same time, you rob yourself. Now you upset that you got with this person when they told you up front that they don't want to be married and they don't want to have any children. What you say about that too as well? Because you mentioned that earlier, like some people will just go along to try to please a person, but it really don't be them. I suppose.
I think that that is very sad. I think a lot of people, that's why a lot of people down the line in their marriage, now they're not happy and now they're looking for a divorce because they settled with something. I think that has to go with self-love. You have to know what you want. You have to love yourself. Learn to communicate with yourself first before you go and try to communicate with that other person, because unfortunately you can't communicate something with somebody else if you don't know what you want. And I don't think that you should settle if that's not what you're looking for. Later on the line, God will bring somebody down for you. God will bring somebody that is the person that you want, and maybe they're not going to check every box that you have, but as long as you know that that's what you want.
Yeah, and that's what's it. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and after the commercial break, we're going to jump right back into this conversation. Like I said, we'll talk about just the fundamentals of things. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to jump right back into the podcast.
M. Green Enterprises, the home of Malira Green, your confidence coach. She is a licensed clinical social worker who serves as a therapist, clinical supervisor, master healer, and transformative speaker. Malira is fiercely committed to guide individuals to become unstuck and motivated to confidently reach their goals while owning their God-given gifts. She serves as the bridge between your caterpillar and butterfly moment. If you are ready to transform, check out www.maliratransforms.com, where she is ready to transform with you.
You guys don't want it with hope. Check me out. Brooklyn's bad boy back again. Feet hit the ground, running in my back's to the wind. Angels on my shoulders, head in the clouds. No, I'm not rapping, I'm just thinking real loud. My karma's my armor, my charm and weird is like a leather bomb. I'm warm as shit, and I did bad for good. But when you trapped in the hood, you do worse for less. Homie, Earth's a test. Only God can judge me. My heart ain't ugly, but the thoughts that are top is.
With today's technological advances and fast-paced life, BMS is your trusted next-generation IT solutions provider that keeps you ahead of the competition. From humble beginnings, BMS Company is now one of the fastest-growing software engineering service providers, with international presence and golden reputation for excellence. The BMS Company is your one-stop global destination for web development, mobile application development, digital marketing, SEO, Facebook and Google advertising, social media management, business consulting, printing services, and many more. BMS is trusted to provide timely, cost-effective solutions. At BMS, we believe in providing guaranteed results, irrespective of a project's complexity. No stories, no excuses. And core to all of our operation is that we practice what we preach, and we deliver what we promise. We're proud of our dream team of solution-driven enthusiasts comprising of industry experts in various fields, including blockchain, IoT, and AI. Our unique makeup and cooperate synergy enables BMS to add heart to technology while delivering our trademark exceptional results for our esteemed customers. Get free 3 months of hosting and 30 days SEO when you partner with us today. Call us now on 469-992-4567 or visit our website at thebmscompany.com.
That's ISO.
Rack it up, I gotta build up the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my post, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my post, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah. Heard them lanes was talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and all that, I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it.
What's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way's Impact Voice Podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson Jr., the CEO and founder of Walking This Way's Impact Voice, along with the Coin, also along with our special guest, Kobe, as well. We're talking about relationships. We are live streaming, of course. We're live streaming on YouTube. We're live streaming on Twitter. We're live streaming on Facebook Live right now. And you see we have commercials going on. So if you want to plug in your commercial, holler at us. We'd love to have your commercial showcase here on the podcast. And as we live stream, and also people go back and look at your commercials because it's being recorded as well we go on live stream. So we are talking about relationships tonight. We're going to talk about some interesting stuff, communication, having goals, just having that comparability. That's what I believe in. The Coin, as I learn more about me, it's all about comparability. Men look for comparability. Who I can be compared with. This stuff is important. Talk about a lot of stuff, ladies and gentlemen. You want to be in a relationship. Talk about a lot of stuff. Talk about upbringing. Talk about beliefs, goals. You know, all this stuff plays a role, and that's what we want to focus on is the goals. Focus on, because you want this thing to last for a lifetime, right? So you look for comparability. And then, Sophia mentioned something earlier. You never tell nobody what you're looking for, because that person will try to be something that they're not. And you want to be with somebody who's gonna be themselves. And that's what it is, because we never learn how to be ourselves. We go along with what people think about us. We want to try to impress people instead of learning to impress ourselves. That's what I mentioned earlier. If we have not learned how to communicate with ourselves first, how can I communicate with you? If I learn how to communicate with myself, learn how to be real with myself, and what it is, we would never talk to be real with ourselves. That's why if you have these type of conversations with people, we already judge ourselves. Because if you open up to a person, talk to a person about certain things, you already judge yourself. If I tell this person what I went through, or I tell this person what I experienced, they're going to think less of me. They don't want to deal with me anymore. They're going to kick me to the side. So we are already judging ourselves. So we have to learn how to break free from ourselves. So the Coin, what you want to say about that, my brother?
Yeah, I think it's really about intention and really getting to the matter of what it is you want. And that really requires both parties to kind of maybe sit down and just do a little scrutinizing of what they want, at least that they can manage. Because, you may have things that you need to keep to yourself. It ain't needed to be out there. So, just find the little things that you can bond with, because, like the sister said, you're not going to find everybody with every box checked off, And like I said, language is so confusing these days, where back then it was, from boyfriend straight to marriage. Whereas now you could be a boyfriend, a bae, a vibe. You could be so many things that don't mean marriage, situationships, and all of this is around, but you often find marriage being neglected because it's duty there. Whereas, if you're in a little situation, you can just walk out when you want to because it wasn't worth it. But you also wasted each other's time because you wasn't serious and you put a lot on hope. And I think you shouldn't do that. Get to know something, you know, about that person.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's all about. You get to know each other. And like I said, it start with us first. If we're not real with ourselves first, first of all, we gotta learn ourselves. That's the most important thing. Before you get into any relationship without sex, learn yourself first. Learn you, and that's what it is. What we do is we'll go with people to confine us, and it shouldn't be like that. I shouldn't get with a woman to say, okay, she completes me. She may add value, but I don't want to say she completes me because I'm already completed. She just the added piece to it, and vice versa. We say these cliches. We think that junk is cute, and it's not. Because what we're doing is we'll make idols out of people. We'll make idols out of people that we're with. That whole saying, happy life, happy wife. All this cliche that people say, you'll forget about yourself in the due process, and that's the problem. We want to put people up on the pedestal, but we never want to acknowledge ourselves as well at the same time. You have to love yourself.
Yep.
That's
I
the
had
most
somebody
important thing.
tell me, he said, happy wife, happy life sound good, but I like happy spouse, happy house. Because we all got to get our happiness. We
Well,
born once.
the happiness already in you before you met her, before she met you.
Hmm.
You was already happy, and that's why we have to have that mindset. Because I'm gonna tell you this: men love peace. I'm gonna tell you one thing: I love peace, and with men, it's not hard to please. Men don't ask for much. Men
No.
really don't ask for much. We like peace. That's the only thing we can find. When normally is peace in the home. Of course, to clean, cook, whatever you want to call it. We're good. We don't ask for much. It's just a peace. And I'm tell you that, ladies, when that man know you get that peace to him, and he know you bring that peace, he's gonna go the extra mile for you. Let me say that we already get beat up in the world as it is. When we step out them, and once we step out that front door, we already get beat up by the world. Your place of employment, your place of business, you already getting beat up. So why come home to World War III when you already get beat up in the world? Your home will be a sanctuary, but that one brings that peace to you. It's not like it. You know what I'm saying? You gonna put extra mile for her. You know what I'm saying? She gonna make sure, hey, I know you was out there battling all day. Hey, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We got each other. Then she, going to her thing. Hey, you be that for her. You know what I'm saying? You romance her. You know what I'm saying? You do things for her. Baby, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Just it ain't all about sex. You know what I'm saying? She may had a rough day at work. You know what I'm saying? You gonna cater to her. You gonna massage her feet. You gonna run her bad water. You know what I'm saying? You gonna do stuff like that. Um, you gotta shower each other. You know what I'm saying? You gotta shower each other with the love. You gotta shower each other with each other presence. If that makes sense. We gotta make this thing work. And it takes two good people to make a thing work. Two people to make a thing work. And that's what it's all about, man. And
That's true. I definitely say, like that point you brought out, ladies, you can keep a man if you his peace. If I don't say anything, my wife will leave me alone in this house. It don't bother me at all. And you know, and I appreciate that because that's not easy to find. And you don't want to be loud mouthing in the house, or none of that's necessary. There's a scripture that say, I'd rather keep a house with a dragon and a lion than a wicked woman. That's telling you something, because a man's only like happiness is gonna be his woman and his children. So it's like that is the most wicked thing, to have the your heart, being dangled, and it's vice versa for women too. You got, if you got some guy that's like literally playing with your heart.
because, like we mentioned it earlier, you have to be real with yourself. And if you're not into someone, you're not interested in them, then don't pursue it. That's leading someone on, and we don't want to lead nobody on at all. Men, women, period. Do not lead nobody on if you're not into a person, if you don't want to be with that person, then don't lead them on. And that's what we want to talk about. So don't lead nobody on at all.
And I'll say this for guys, like kind of stay in your lane a little bit when it come to certain women. Like if you know you're not financially there, you can't take the girl out on dates or do anything like that. Because nowadays they just come to my boy's house or let's go to a hotel. That's not how you want to start something off. That don't sound like a woman that you respect if you're gonna bring her around your boys. You gotta be serious. So if you don't have it like that, or you just know you don't, in your heart don't have it, you could be hopeful all you want, but it's sometimes just best to be like, you know what, let me wait, or just don't pursue it at all.
But the thing is, don't leave with your wallet. Don't leave with your
Hmm.
wallet. That poor baby pig. Don't leave with your wallet. Stop being. There's gimmicks, man. People be put on these gimmicks. That's what they call gimmicks. Are you familiar? Okay, I'm a big wrestling fan. I love wrestling. I grew up watching wrestling. They know the characters play on TV, but the characters they play on TV, they're not like that behind the scenes. That's what some of these guys do. They be kayfabe. They'll portray an image of in front of a woman like they got it going on, but behind the scenes, I'm just acting. So you have to be real. That's not fair. Don't leave with your wallet. Not to, well, if you leave with your wallet, that's on you. I don't feel sorry for you because you're gonna draw the wrong man anyway. You leave with your wallet, she gonna take for everything you got. That's your fault because you should put yourself in that situation. If you taking somebody out, if you can't afford it, don't put yourself out like that. That's another thing. She gonna be disappointed in you because she said, "Damn, what else you lying about?" Because if she wants you, okay. If she wants you, she just wants you. It's not about the money. And I'm telling you, it is girls that's in their 20s, and they try to say that these girls hardly know. These girls, they don't want all that. If you ever have a conversation with a young girl, with a girl, period, with a woman, period, she'll tell you all that financial stuff. That stuff don't impress her. But some guys, they feel like I gotta have the money. I'm killing myself in overtime, trying to impress. Okay, you killing yourself in overtime trying to impress this woman, but she ain't studying that. But find you somebody who wants you for you. And if she really into you, she's gonna be into you. We go for a little, hey, let's go for a night. Let's go to this nice wine place. Let's go sit down, have some wine, and let's talk, conversate. If she into you, she's into you. Or let's go to the park. Chill at the park and talk. Yeah, okay. Or we want to exercise. Okay, let's go get together, go exercise together. If y'all want to be with each other, you shouldn't have to do all these gimmicks, you shouldn't have to do all these glitz and glamour just to impress somebody. Because they really want you, they're gonna be with you regardless. Because a person, all they gonna do is if a person they don't have time, they have time. They have time for what they want to do. So I know we got our guest back with us. So we was talking about some stuff before you got back in.
I
And
was here. I don't know why it wasn't. I think my camera just be it'll be, but I was listening.
yeah, because we was talking about like I was saying with someone earlier, I was saying like we talking about the gimmicks, being real. You mentioned something about goals. That's important too. Beliefs. We gotta talk about that too, beliefs. Some people don't believe in God. Some people don't believe in some people don't believe, so so that plays a role too as well. You know what I'm saying? You may have a person who say I'm a Christian, but may have a person that I'm Muslim. Or so all this stuff plays a role too. And then you gotta ask the person this too. And I'm just putting it out there. Do we answer so fast? Why do we answer so fast? Yeah, I can do that. But then deep down inside, you don't want to do that. So I'm gonna start with Sapobi with that one. People saying they can do. Have you told this guy what you expect, what you require? But off the back, he'll tell you, yeah, I can do that. But then later down the road, he'll come tell you, well, I can't do that. What would you say about that to a person who put in all this time, invest all this time, all this energy, just come this interview tell you, well, I don't want to be here, I can't do that.
I think that has happened to me. It was a big letdown. Obviously, it's a disappointment. It's not. It's a you're disappointed now in that person. Um, I think that a lot of people sometimes they don't how to like what you say. Sometimes it just goes in through one ear out the other, and they just respond quickly. They don't really validate that other person's feelings or what they're asking of. Um, I think it just goes back to what I said that you have to, you know, like sometimes don't ask that person, don't tell that person what you're looking for, because that's why they're gonna say yes, and then later down the line they're gonna be like, oh no, I can't do that for you. So you just gotta let them be themselves. You gotta learn them. You gotta watch them, observe them, see what kind of things they like, what kind of things they don't like. One of the things that I did want to talk about was um triggers, like things sometimes people don't validate each other's feelings. There's certain things like even jealousy. A lot of people say that jealousy is it's a red flag. Me personally, I don't think jealousy is a red flag. I think what you do, how you handle that jealousy, that would determine what it is that's a red flag. What do you
Okay,
guys think
jealousy.
about that?
I won't be jealous because okay, okay. Let me say this: only time would date somebody really jealous because if they're not very confident in themselves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because in a word, I can't. I don't want to be. I'm not that type of person who want to. They quote unquote they keep tabs on you. Because I'm telling you this: if you a man and you're about your business as the man, you won't have to worry about what she's doing or who she's talking to. For one, it's just me personally. I'm not. I don't want to check your phone. I don't want to care what you're doing. It's just me because that right there just wastes time. I don't need to check your phone. That's just me. Some people do that. I don't need to check your phone. Why do you check your phone for? I need your phone for what? That's just me. I'm not. I don't want to check your phone, so I ain't got time for all that. Life's too short. I mean, it's just CFP. Some people ain't like that, but you want to check somebody's phone. There's something wrong with you. If you don't,
Yeah.
if you're not, you got to know yourself. The hammer all that in the bag of chips. You gotta let that person know that they're back in their mind. That's when they can be replaced at any time. But that's when you let somebody know up front what you would not tolerate. So I'm
Right.
asking, and since we got a woman on the show tonight, we want to hear from a woman's perspective. What things would you will not tolerate when it comes to dealing with a guy? Some guys need to know this. Because y'all can talk about a lot. Y'all can tell a guy, hey, I don't like this, and he'll go and do it anyway after you told him that. How do y'all handle that?
Some I don't know how some people handle that. Not me. I'll be out of there. um, I think that there's a lot of things. One thing that a lot of females can't tolerate is lies. I cannot tolerate when a guy lies to me because I'm not lying to you. I'm always gonna be straight up with you. So why lie to me? And then that's also a form of disrespect. Once somebody starts disrespecting you and they think that they can keep disrespecting you, it's gonna keep on.
Yeah.
Um, so the dishonesty, I think also a lot of girls, a lot of females, when the guy refers to the girl, they'll be like, "Oh, this is my bitch." I
Female
like,
don't know.
I don't, yeah, I don't know how some girls tolerate that, but that's another form of disrespect that a lot of girls think that that's okay. You know, that's not okay.
And yeah, I mean, I can tell by your character, you're a woman of class. You have a woman you're a woman of class, and I respect that. I don't know why they go with that title, but it's crazy. But you know what you. But what I respect about you is you stand on your beliefs. You stand on what you believe in, and I respect that. You're not compromising to be accepted, and that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people have these things in place, but then they'll just compromise their position. Once you compromise your beliefs, and once you compromise your position, they already won. So whatever you believe in, whatever you stand on, you stand on that. And that's a good thing because we don't want you to feel like, man, if I stand on this myself. No, you're not by yourself, but you stand your ground. Not, and at the end of the day, They respect that. You mentioned something about lying. As you being a woman, what's the number one lie you hear all the time? I know you get a lot of them. As a woman, I know you hear a lot of them. But what's the number one you hear
Um,
all the time? You know,
the
like,
number
oh,
one is,
lying.
oh, they'll be like, she just a friend. Babe, she just a friend. That's the number one lie. Um, sometimes I think that me personally, I'm okay if he has girlfriends, but a lot of times it's the other way. The girlfriend always ends up being their side chick. That's the number one lie that I have always gotten.
So, in other words, I'm gonna say this. So that means if a guy still wants to play the field, he should not be in a relationship with anybody. Correct? If you okay,
One more
because
time.
I'm gonna say this. So that means it sounds like to me the individual should not be in a relationship of any kind if he's not willing ready to settle down. Because I'm thinking about the other person. Because I got to put myself in their shoes. Okay, would it be fair to me if they were doing me like that? So I had to think about the other person. Okay, if they settling down. I'm not settling down. That's not fair to them. I'm letting them go on by their business. I'm letting them go their way because I don't want that to affect them down the long run. I'm wasting their time and I'm wasting their energy. That's what I would say. 'Cause I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your energy. So why would I waste your time knowing that I don't want to settle down? That's not fair to you.
Right.
So let
I
that
think.
person
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
just let that person go. If they don't want to, if you don't want, if you're not ready to settle down, don't handcuff that other person because they ready to settle down. I'm just looking at. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking about. I'm not thinking about myself. I'm just thinking about the other individual because I don't want that. I don't want that to happen to me. That's just me. So be honest. You know, okay, so how you feel about okay, you're in a relationship, your friend, your boyfriend, or whatever, has female friends. How do y'all really cope with that?
A lot of females don't like that. Because just like you guys as males, just like you guys know the intentions of another male, a lot of guys are like, no, you can't have a guy friend because he always gonna in the back of his head, he always gonna think he wants something with you. Me personally, I like I said, I'm okay if he has some girlfriends because I'm secure with myself. I know I'm gonna be all right again, like you were saying, Jackson. You're gonna be okay because whether you lose that person or you don't, or y'all stay together, it's that self love that's gonna keep me going.
Yeah, keep your worth, know your value. You know that's what it's all about, knowing your worth and knowing your value. That's what that's all about. At the end of the
And
day,
I got a question too, just to kind of balance things a little bit. What do you say to the women or the guys who are being put in friend zones? You know, because some of these guys they may actually be serious. They may be serious, but they, you know, and come on, I mean, the number one consumer of a woman is a man, so it ain't like, you know, he may necessarily be playing. But what do you say to that, or what do y'all think about that?
I'm gonna say this: if she's not attracted to you, if she's not sexually attracted to you, she gonna friends with you. A woman wants to be with somebody that she's attracted to. And some of these guys, they do stuff that's very turn offish as well. So that turns her off. That just if she's not attracted to you, she's not gonna be with you. I don't care what I don't care how good you is. If she's not that just she's not into you, she's not into you. But we got a woman here on the panel with us tonight. So Kobe, what would you say about that?
If a woman puts you in the friend zone, that's it. That's her way of saying, um, I don't want you, basically.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah,
just one more question: is it right that she still keep bleeding them on?
no,
No, you know what? That's his fault.
that is not. He said that's
That's
his
his
fault.
fault. That's his fault because if she don't want to be with you like that, and you hanging around, that's on that individual. That would go back to what supposed was saying. That self love. That individual don't love themselves. That individual love themselves. He'd have cut ties with that person a long time ago.
I do have to say the female is wrong though for still leading him on.
But he need to say
Yes,
so.
the other person shouldn't stick around, but the female will be wrong leading that person on because at the end of the day, she wouldn't like it if someone was doing that to her. If the roles were reversed, she wouldn't like that.
But you know what? He need to say something. Open your mouth and tell, hey, that's another thing. Stop. They be scared. Tell that person where you come from. Tell that person, hey, I don't appreciate the disrespect. I don't appreciate you leading me on. And by all means, I'm cutting ties with you. Speak up. They don't speak up. Tell that person where you coming from. Like you said earlier, you love yourself. You love yourself. You're not gonna sit around and tolerate foolishness.
Right.
That's it. That just me. I mean, that's how I look at it. I mean, that's why, man, single life is very good right now. You got to worry about credit. But but it's all about man love. Once you love yourself, and I'm saying it, you become a better man, you're gonna draw in a better woman. You become a better woman, you're gonna draw in a better man. That's just how it is. You ain't got no look for it. You're just gonna walk right into it. So that's what I look at. So
Yeah, I think definitely how you carry yourself is the type of person that you'll attract.
yeah, cause y'all like a man that's y'all love a man that's confident. Y'all they love a man that's confident. And when he does, okay, she said he is not making it about me. He's about his business. Before I came into the picture, he was about his business. And you want to keep seeing that going on as well. Staying consistent. That's another thing. You have to be consistent. Confident. Woman love a man that's confident. If you're not confident, you can pick that up, you have no confidence. If you definitely don't have no confidence, she's gonna sit there and play you like a fiddle. If you're not confident, have that confidence is very important. It's not about your wallet. It's not about your education. It's not about your job status. She just wants your confidence. If you ain't confident, she's gonna talk to you. Like I said, I won't be on the night show. So what you say about that, about the confidence?
Me personally, I love a man that's confident because it shows me if he's confident in himself, then he's gonna be confident about us. He's gonna be confident about this relationship, and it shows that he knows what he wants.
That's it.
He knows what he's looking for,
That's it.
and that's what I'm looking for. If you're confident, then look, two confident people, we're gonna be set.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's all about building. It's all about building your kingdom, all about building your empire. And most important, man, it's all about enjoying life and having fun and growing and being having fun with the person that you're with. That's another thing. Have fun with the person that you're with. Y'all have fun with each other. Why we together for we not having no fun? That's just sucks. No, be with somebody that gonna have fun and be that gonna have fun. What you say about that, What you say about that having fun? The person you with, y'all have fun. I don't understand why I gotta be so miserable for.
Jackson, they miserable because they settling, they staying with something that they don't want, and that they need to move. They need to figure out what they want, and yeah, definitely have fun. If you're having fun in your relationship, then that's the relationship that's for you because you can't beat that. You can't beat being with somebody that you love and you having fun with at the same time.
Right? That's it right there. I always said some stuff that really helped out a lot of people as well tonight. I know we pressed for time. It's after 8 o'clock, of course. But Supposedly, I appreciate you. Thank you. Do you have any final remarks we'll leave for the audience as we get ready to leave off the air tonight?
I think that my biggest thing I want to say is, everybody should love themselves before they go and try to love somebody else. Communication. Always make sure to reassure that person that you're with, that you're talking to reassure them, and also to just know what you're looking for before you get in a relationship with somebody.
That's it. That's what's up right there. And Laquan, go ahead and plug in, brother. What you got going on outside the podcast world as well. So go ahead.
All right, yeah, this is Daquan. I have a company called Answer Us Communications. It's a small virtual assistant company, just trying to, help get businesses out there, give them some support, because oftentimes a lot of businesses, they kind of on their own out here, and support is very, scarce. Um, Also, I wanted to mention tonight's biz on the streets. I wanted to give a big shout out to Geraldine. She's with the Elliott Management Group.
Okay.
Such a beautiful company. I love all of the people there. They really treated me like family. Quick story just to, kind of fill y'all in. She reached out to me one time for sharing a post and supporting somebody, and she actually asked how could she help me. And at that time, I just told her, hey, go to the website, just tell me what you think about it. And she did immediately, and then she asked me, how do someone pay? And I said, Cash App or PayPal or whatever. And then she was like, no, do you use a credit card processing company? And I said, well, no. And she was like, yeah, because, as you move up in the professional world, people, you can't just say, hey, take my Cash App to people. You have to have, a real processing company. And she actually helped me out with that. I actually thought I would pay a whole lot more. And man, she had me sold on the first call. And from there, she's been supporting me. I've been supporting her. If I could just make a few points about the company. They do have 24/7 support, payroll, and so much more. There's actually a career path through them as well. So again, that is Elliott Management Group. You can find them at emgway.com. I do know she's in the DFW area, Texas there. And I actually found out she's linked in with a lot of people. I didn't know that at first. I actually saw a picture of her and Sabrina Ford that was on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, she's tuned in. And yeah, it just made the experience so much better. So big shout out to Geraldine. Again, that's the Elliott Management Group.
Awesome stuff. And keep with the great work as well and what you're doing, what all the companies doing. Turn your dreams to reality. You know what I'm saying? Life should not suck. Don't live a suck life. Live a dope life. And that's what it's all about. So, Zakovia, I thank you for hanging out with us tonight.
Thank you, Jackson.
Don't be a stranger. You're welcome me anytime to be here with the podcast. If you have anything you want to discuss, if you have anything you want to bring to the forefront, hey, we'd love to make it happen here on the show. So it's all about going up from here. Like I said, we are doing commercials as well. So if you want to add your commercial on the podcast, for 30-second commercials, 18. For 60-second commercials, 25. Make sure it's MP4 formatted, and we will showcase it here on the podcast on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. So I will be back Saturday morning here on the podcast. Alberta, the exception, she's a local comedian here in DFW. She's been on the show before. She'll be back here on Saturday morning, hanging out with her, talking about her career. A lot of great stuff she got in store as well. Get some early morning jokes in also. And man, like I said, I appreciate everybody. I thank everybody for the support. I thank everybody for the love. I just thank everybody for supporting the show. Big shout out to Shay as well. Big shout out to everybody who's watching us tonight here on the podcast. Big shout out to everybody that's in the chat section. Well, man, much love, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Live a better life. Live a dope life. Live a lifestyle that you want to live. And hustle. Put in the hustle. Put in the work to get where you want to get in life. And don't settle for less. And before I got the air tonight, remember the graveyard. Everybody had one thing in common. They thought they were going to see the Mars. And they did. So let's live life like it's not last. And most importantly, take your favorite drink. Whatever you drink before you go to bed. Whether it's water, coffee, whatever you drink. Toast yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. Tell yourself I love you. Tell yourself I got your back. Tell yourself we can win. Tell yourself we can succeed. And most important, tell yourself we gonna come through. And that's what it's all about. So then, have a great night. Be blessed. And we back here Saturday night here on Walking This Way. Impact Voice Podcast. Be blessed, everybody. Peace.
That's ISO.
Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound. Fucking my posters, say now, I've been humble too long, yeah. Tell them all to stay calm, yeah. Tell them all to move on, yeah. Fucking my posters, say now, they be lost in the sauce, yeah. Took a loss, that's your loss, yeah. Had to get my point across, yeah. Heard them lanes was talking now and we don't pay that no mind. Didn't need to watch and know that I'll be here in no time. Put a candle on it.